meeting today is really to just outline the initial steps on how to get started with Keystone, how to get your business going once you've completed the initial contracting process. So just a little bit about myself. I've been with Keystone since last summer. And then in January, I moved into a sales director role. So we're really excited about some of the changes coming this way at Keystone for 24. And one of those changes is we're going to be doing these regular meetings. So make sure that you stay in tune with those things. I'm also going to ask if we can hold questions until the end, either type them in the chat box or at the very end, I will open up for any questions that you have after we've gone through the deck. Before we get into the deck, I want to make sure to introduce our current team. So we've had a lot of transitions and movement from an organizational standpoint. Some things haven't changed since last summer, but starting at the top left, we have Ryan Butterfield, who is our Vice President of Sales. We have Don Hansford, who's on the call, who is our Strategic Initiatives Consultant. Of course, myself, Michael Lang, Director of Sales. Monet Garcia has moved into a marketplace sales director role so that we have somebody that is focused 100% on ACA sales. We also have Justin Lucas, who's also on the call. He is the sales manager for the Florida region and the East Coast. Mindy Beltran is our newest hire. She is in charge of the Houston market, so she's the new sales manager for the Houston area. We have Muhammad, who is our marketing coordinator. So Muhammad has recently moved into this role, and he is in his role, he is helping us find events for our brokers, as well as helping brokers who have events that they want support on. And then Yeni Valera has transitioned into a field sales rep role internally here in the Houston area. Okay, getting started checklist. I think this is a very important checklist, so we're going to make sure to get this to you once we've completed the training. And really, this is going to serve also as kind of an agenda of this presentation. So real quick, just running through it. First things first, you had to request contracts, get that part completed. Then you want to make sure to register for Producer Academy, connect with us on social media accounts, complete your certifications, register for the enrollment platforms, make sure you're in ready to sell status, and then connect with your broker manager. But we're going to dive a little bit deeper on these next slides. So we do have various platforms that we're a part of. On the last slide, you'll have those links for things that are not on this page. But right now, our primary social media is through LinkedIn and Facebook. So we do have a private Facebook page for our brokers. And when it comes to these social media platforms, they are just another great way to stay in tune with anything that we have going on, especially in-person activities. So any in-person trainings that are coming up, we'll be posting them for sure on our LinkedIn page and our Facebook private group. So make sure that you add those to your social media so that you can stay connected with us there. And then we also have our Producer Academy. So if you haven't registered for Producer Academy, this is where you can find all things Keystone. You can do everything from find our upcoming trainings. Let me add these people to the room. Okay. You can find everything on Producer Academy, from our upcoming trainings to documents that you can utilize for business planning, or soon to come marketing documents that you can utilize and edit. We've got our learning lab. That's where we'll have these recordings. So if you ever miss a training, but you know that it's important for your business, you can always go to the Learning Lab and access those recorded trainings. And then you can do other things like requesting new contracts. So the way that you requested contracts with us initially is not the way that you request them moving forward. Moving forward, you will request contracts as an existing agent partner. I've got that link in this presentation that we're going to send out to you, but you can access this through your Producer Academy login. So once you've logged in, you can go to request additional contracts and fill out that form. And what that does is that helps us keep everything clean on the back end so that there's not multiple entries of you as an agent, so that your file stays clean and we can keep up with everything that we need to, so that your back office side is up to date. A couple of items that are important to keep handy when you're well, just in general, but certainly when you're going through any onboarding process in insurance, keep a copy of your current year's AHIP certification. Make sure that you have a copy of your insurance license, your errors and omissions insurance, and in some cases, your driver's license. With your driver's license, that depends on the carrier, but there are some carriers that do require a copy of that. The next thing that you'll need to do if you're getting into Medicare and you haven't completed your AHIP is to complete your AHIP certification. So also within Producer Academy, you can access this link that I've put here on this page, which will give you a $50 discount on your AHIP. There are some agents who would like to get assistance with their AHIP, and if that's something that you would like, we can certainly help you out with that. You would want to connect with your broker manager for your territory, and they can help you with your AHIP certification. Keep in mind, once you complete the initial AHIP certification, you're not done until you've also completed fraud, waste, and abuse. And there's an additional training. I want to say it's just a general compliance training that's on the AHIP portal. Then as far as ACA is concerned, you'll want to do the ACA FFM certification. So that is a free certification. We do provide you with the link, but if you need access to the link or you can't find it, that is also something that you can connect with your broker manager for. I would say that out of the two, the FFM certification is quite simple, and there is no minimum to the number of times that you can attempt to pass. So just make sure that you're completing that, because if you do not complete that, you will not be able to enroll people into the marketplace. Once you've completed your certifications and you have a ready-to-sell status with at least one carrier for Medicare, you will get access to the Spark enrollment platform. So this platform is going to serve as a CRM for you, for your Medicare clients, as well as your enrollment platform. Most of you probably are somewhat familiar with what it can do, but I'll tell you, anytime that we cover it in an onboarding or a recruiting meeting, we only scratch the surface. So Spark can do a number of things, from creating your own landing page where you can have a QR code and put that on your marketing or your business card, to sending out newsletters monthly to all of your enrolled clients. You can even upload your existing clients that you enrolled before you were a part of Keystone, and these services will be offered out at no charge to those clients as well. Just anyone that is in the Spark platform on your profile will be included in that process. Another big thing that I'd like to mention is that you will have a back office with Spark. So you have to select within Spark, you have to select to have that service. But what it can do is, when you get those customer service calls from your Medicare clients, you can go into your Spark portal, go into that customer profile, create a service ticket, describe what they need. So maybe they didn't receive their new Medicare card. Perhaps they received a bill for a service that they paid a copay for. Maybe they want to find an in-network dentist for their specific plan. There is really no limitation to what you can utilize this back office for. Once you submit the ticket, then your Spark back office will contact your client on your behalf. They'll say, hey, this is Michael Lang calling on behalf of Donald Hanford's office. I understand that you didn't receive your Medicare card. I just want to ask you a couple of questions to make sure we're on the same page before I contact your plan. So it's a great service. You get 50 of those a year for free with your partnership with Keystone. So I just always want to encourage you to understand how that works. And again, if you don't, that would be a great reason to reach out to your broker manager. As far as onboarding with Spark, you'll receive an invitation and email. You'll sign the terms of service. You'll build out your marketing profile. Now, this is something that you can edit later if you want to just build it out initially, but then later come back and add your actual logo to your insurance company. You can do that. And then you can also confirm your contracts. So where you are in the process with contracts. I know that contracting can sometimes be a tad bit confusing because each carrier takes a different timeline and things come from different directions. So this is also another spot that you can go without calling us to confirm your contracts, but you are also more than welcome to give us a call. For ACA agents, you'll also want to make sure to enroll in your Health Sherpa. So Health Sherpa is going to be the platform that you utilize to enroll clients into the marketplace. With Keystone, there's no cost to you. You'll just utilize the join code, which is included in this slide. And Health Sherpa has some good training specific to ACA and Health Sherpa in both English and Spanish. So I encourage you, if you're new to ACA, to go ahead and watch those trainings and take notes, and maybe watch them a couple of times. They are definitely going to be very helpful for you as you start to bring on clients with ACA. Once you've done all of the steps that we've already gone over, it's time for the fun stuff. So it's time to make a business plan. Business planning is an absolute necessity. Agents who don't make a business plan are less likely to succeed because there are so many ways to skin this cat, okay? There's so many ways to get clients, and if you don't pinpoint which areas you're going to target, you may find yourself chasing too many directions and never actually getting good at one. So once you've gotten ready to sell with at least one carrier, I think that's a good time to reach out to your broker manager and start the process of a business plan. At that point, you can, if your broker manager hasn't reached out to you already, but you're ready to make the business plan, you can reach out by, I suggest email so that they can look at their calendar and give you a call back and coordinate with you on when would be a good time to set aside about an hour. Sometimes it doesn't take an hour, but I generally think an hour is a sufficient amount of time to go over all of the potential areas and get you on the right path. This is where your broker manager is going to share with you different angles that you can take to approach the market based off what you're trying to do. So if you're an agent who is looking to do community events, we can share with you some of the opportunities that we know about specific to your market. If you have an existing book of business, maybe it's a property and casualty book of business or a life insurance book of business, and your primary goal is to work that existing clientele, then that would be a different discussion. So we really, in this meeting on our end, we really want to understand where you're at on that day. And then we can help build a plan to get you where you're trying to go from there. Once you have that call, then it's on you to take the notes from that call and actually create your business plan. Um, your broker manager is going to be able to give you an outline of kind of what they would be looking for based off of how your first conversation goes. And then once you've finished your business plan, you need to reach back out to your broker manager to review it. Um, a lot of times, I would say that 30 days may be too long to wait, but no more than 30 days needs to go by from the initial conversation to when you're following up with your broker manager for review. If you finish your business plan in a week, reach out to your broker manager. We are ready to look at that business plan and get you out there into the market. But for certain, do not wait longer than 30 days to take action and review your plan with your broker manager. If you already have a business plan, then that's something that you could share on that initial call. I always think, even if you think your business plan is fail proof and that it's, uh, ready to go, it's always a good idea to loop your Keystone broker manager in to see where they can assist you. We have opportunities coming in from different directions. And sometimes we may not even share the opportunity because it's new, but your business plan may align perfectly with that opportunity. So it may be something that you haven't heard that we could do, but if you share with us what your business plan looks like, we will always try to find resources that we're connected to integrate into your business plan, perhaps make it a little smoother, and certainly we're always looking to make it as successful as possible. So even if you don't need assistance creating one, take advantage of the relationships, the network, and the years of experience on our team to take a look at it and make sure there's no gaps, there's no holes, and also, again, to see where we can maybe add to what you're doing. And then the follow up from there is accountability. So your broker manager is going to have a copy of your business plan. And when they follow up with you on a regular cadence, they're going to want to know where you are with those items. That'll be a good time to recount things that have happened. If you've decided that a certain area of the business plan isn't working for you, that's a great thing to discuss with your broker manager. It's also a time where your broker manager can bring in new opportunities because we're always looking for them. As far as business planning is concerned, in Medicare specifically, I think it's a good idea to have 3 business plans a year. One is going to be for AEP, the annual election period that happens between the middle of October through the beginning of December. That in itself needs its own business plan. Then another one for OEP, which is January through March, because that's a different set of election period that requires its own business plan and its own strategy. And then a third is going to be during what we call lock-in. So that's when most people are locked into a plan unless they have a special election period. And that's going to require, in most cases, its own strategy. So 3 times a year, you should be working on a strategy, putting together a business plan, and sharing it with your broker manager. The last thing I want to cover, and these are things that may seem, minimal, but I can assure you, having been in the business for over a decade, these things are going to greatly help your business. So the first one is, if you haven't already, set email account separate from your personal account. The number one thing that I think happens when we try to communicate to you through email is that those emails can easily get lost in the shuffle of tons of other emails that are coming in. And that too can be said about your contracting links or communications from the carrier that you're trying to sell. If you've got the business mixed in with personal, you're going to miss emails. So if you haven't already, I would set up a separate email account. It can be just another Gmail account, but just something that is created specifically to receive emails that are aligned with your health insurance business. The other one is to always, even if you set up a separate email, weekly at minimum, check your junk or spam inbox. Um, there is a number of times where I know on our end, we've emailed an agent many times that they've received those emails, but then one random time, a communication that we send out goes to spam or junk, and they later say, I never received that. And it happens on our end too when we're receiving things. So we have to regularly check our spam and junk. So I encourage you to make that at minimum a weekly activity, just taking a look at what might have slipped through those cracks. The other thing is that it's very important for you to attend in-person trainings and events in your market. Not only from our perspective, I know the people that we see in person more often tend to be the people that are top of mind when opportunities come up. And it's just human nature that the people that you see in person are going to be more top of mind. Now, it may not always be possible. The way your business is set up, maybe you can't make in-person trainings, and that is totally understandable. Or perhaps you are in a market where there are less in-person opportunities. Again, totally understandable. But anytime that you can go to an in-person event, whether it be with Keystone or a carrier, that is an opportunity to get face to face with somebody who may have resources to help your business. I know no matter where you are, the carriers that you're selling are having in-person events. We had a meeting last week with one of our provider group partners, Centerwell, here in Texas. And unprompted, the director mentioned that he wants to have more attendance at his events because those are the people that he thinks of when he has opportunities, is the people that he regularly sees. He starts to put a name to a face and a face to a name, and they get locked into his mind. So make sure as often as possible that you are looking out for those and that you are attending them. Also, attend virtual trainings, especially when it's difficult to get to those in-person ones. These are opportunities for us to get information to you about your market, about the business, as well as opportunities that we have coming our direction that maybe don't make it to you in email or a direct phone call. So, I really encourage you to get on Producer Academy, also to look out for emails from us and log those virtual trainings into your calendars so that you can always be learning about this business. I've been in it over a decade. I learn something new all the time. Don on the call's been in the business for somewhere around 30 years, and he learns new things. So it is vital that you have the attitude that learning is going to be a perpetual part of your business strategy. And that's a way that you're going to be able to earn more trust out there in the market. Another thing is take events training. We're going to have some event trainings coming up. The carriers have event trainings. The easiest way for you to get lead flow for the lowest cost out in any market is going to be to do things out in the community. And when you're out in the community and exposed to the community, that is also the place where you have to make sure that you're doing things compliant. I would say that it's not a difficult thing to stay in compliance, but you don't know what you don't know. So I encourage you to make sure one way or another that you take an event training. And then also at any event trainings, you are likely to find out about opportunities that you can take action on immediately. When a carrier does an event training, they're either telling you where to go to create your own events, or they're offering event opportunities that they've already procured. So it's more than just learning what's compliant and how to be successful. It's also about gaining access to those other resources. Also, keep up with the changes to CMS. Just make sure you're always compliant. You can do that by attending our virtual trainings and in-person trainings. Anything that is coming down the pipeline with CMS, we're always going to throw that in when it's relevant. Just make sure to, as you're perusing LinkedIn and social media, if you see some sort of post about CMS, it's a good idea to click on it, read it. Maybe it's relevant, maybe it's not, but CMS is always changing. So it's important to keep an eye on that. Again, I'll mention this again because I think it's very important. Visit Producer Academy on a regular basis. That's going to be the easiest way for you to be in control of knowing about important updates, new resources, new trainings coming from our end. So make sure that Producer Academy is saved on your favorites bar and you're visiting it regularly so that you can stay up to date with what's going on at Keystone. And lastly, take advantage of carriers that let you order free marketing material. United Healthcare is a great example. They are the carriers that offer free marketing material are regularly putting on, usually at this point, webinars to walk you through their platform and show you exactly how to order materials. You can order pop-up banners, you can order tablecloths, you can order flyers, pins, giveaways. These are things, depending on the carrier, that can save you a ton of money, especially if you're doing events. I know I talked to a United Healthcare rep yesterday, and he said there's somewhere around $1,500 worth of materials that you can order for free through their portal. So make sure that anytime you're getting an opportunity to join a webinar with a carrier to go over free marketing materials, take advantage. And finally, I wanted to give you guys all the email address for your respective broker manager. I know that right now, as far as specific territories, we only have listed Mindy Beltran in Houston and Justin Lucas in Florida. Okay, for all other territories, you can go ahead and reach out to me, and then depending on where you are, perhaps I'll connect you with one of them, or I'll just work with you directly. And then for anything ACA, you can always feel free to reach out to Monet. So you guys, again, will get these slides. You'll notice at the bottom of this slide, we've also got links for Instagram and TikTok. So those are two platforms that we're going to get much more active on this year once we completely onboard our new marketing team. So we would love for you to go ahead and connect with us on there. I just wouldn't expect much activity for maybe another 30 days. And with that, I'll open up to any questions. I want to add in, Justin added into the chat, as it pertains to Spark. Spark does have pre-recorded trainings on utilizing their platform. So once you register for Spark and gain access, they have individualized training videos for each aspect of what the platform can do, and they're great trainings. That's how I learned Spark. And then you can always, once again, reach out to your broker manager for assistance, whether it's navigating how to access the trainings, or if you need some specific hands-on training for something within Spark. Yes, Another question Larry asked, could you send me a copy of today's recording? The recording will be on our Producer Academy. I will send out the deck with all the material, but then to access the recording, it will be on in our learning lab on Producer Academy this week. That's where we really want to start driving you guys rather than having to send out one-off recordings, because my goal with our management team on this side, on the broker side, supporting you guys, is to eliminate things that are not generating opportunities. So if you can help us by utilizing that Producer Academy so that we can streamline information, then we're going to be able to pull in more opportunities to then get you opportunities to generate leads and make more sales. Does anybody have any more questions? All right. Well, I really appreciate everybody that was able to join. Make sure to take down the email address. I put email addresses because we're super busy right now, but if you email, say you want to connect, then we will reach right back out to you and either call you immediately if we're available or schedule a specific time to get on the phone so that we can give you the time that you desire. We don't want to call you because we have 5 minutes. If you're reaching out to us, maybe say what you want that conversation to look like, what your topic's going to be, and then we will schedule anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour with you. If you have a quick question in the heat of the battle out there, always feel free to call us at that point or send us a text message. Those are things that we can respond to quickly, especially a text message. If you're in the field, we didn't answer, but you have a quick question about something that you're trying to accomplish right then, shoot us a text message. In most cases, we can respond. We can't always answer the phone, but when we're in those situations, I would say about 70% of the time, we can at least send a text. And one thing I do also want to add is that we are working on an upgrade to our broker support line. We will have more to come on that, but hopefully within the first quarter, we'll have that line upgraded in a way that you can get most of your quick questions answered immediately, no matter what your broker manager is doing. So stay tuned for more information on that. With that, I thank everyone. I hope you have a fantastic week. And we'll be on the lookout for any communications from your end so that we can connect. And you guys can have the rest of your day back. Thank you.